This episode is brought to you by Walgreens, where nothing is accessible, and that's for your safety. Do you need toothpaste? Great. Don't touch it. You're not allowed. At Walgreens, every single item in our 5,000 square foot convenience store is locked behind a thick plastic barrier. Shampoo, chips, batteries, birthday cards, the air of hope you walked in with, it's all locked. And in order to assist you in retaining those items, there's just one cashier in the entire store. Only one. And they're doing their best. Simply press the call button in the aisle that you're in, make eye contact from 40 feet away, and wait for our cashier to approach with the key ring, the beautiful jangling collection of nearly 137 different identical keys that represent a promise that this one might be it. Watch as they try. Click. Wrong. Click. Nope. Click. You're so close. By the time the barrier opens, you will have forgotten what you came in for, reconsidered many of your life choices, and aged visibly. And don't worry, if there's a line behind you, that just means everyone gets to experience this together. At Walgreens, we're proud to offer deodorant, cough drops, dollar candy bars, and baby formula, all guarded like it's the Declaration of Independence. And at checkout, checkout's really quick, once the cashier finishes relocking the entire store behind you. So, if you're craving the thrill of asking a stranger for permission to buy ibuprofen, come on down. Walgreens. Sure, we have it, and no, you can't touch it.
So true.
That was great.
Yeah, that was my experience the other day when I went to go buy cough medicine.
Last year I was trying to buy cold medicine. Just hit the button, no one came. Left.
Yeah, I think I waited for almost 20 minutes for someone to come open the door. And the awkward thing is that like you press the call button and it makes an announcement over the entire store, so like everybody can hear. But in the span of time that I was waiting, I probably heard the call button for like many other aisles pressed at least like 30 times.
Absolutely dystopian.
Yeah, really, really.
Times must be really tough because I was just at Walmart the other day and they had, for whatever reason, they had laundry detergent locked up and nothing else.
Huh.
Very strange.
Well, I don't. Why do they need to rethink the system? They shouldn't even let you in the store if everything's locked up. They should just have. I'm serious. You know how when you go to the pharmacy counter, they don't let you walk behind the pharmacy counter, right? So there should just be a counter at the front, and the entire store, as crazy as it is, should just have employees that are running your items.
Well, yeah, if you've ever gone to a liquor store in New York City, there's one that I'm thinking of where you open the front door and all that you walk into is this maybe like 20 square foot vestibule where you're just surrounded by glass and all of the alcohol is arranged so that way you can see what you want from behind the glass, and you like literally have to like knock on the glass and tell the person behind the glass what you want. And then they hand it to you like through a drive-through window. It's really strange.
That makes more sense though. Like I could see dirtbags stealing liquor. I can't see dirtbags stealing laundry detergent.
Yeah, or deodorant. It's really ridiculous, but it's the world we've built for ourselves, I suppose.
Yeah, we're just laying in it now.
Bigly.
Yeah, we live in hell.
It's true.
We actually live in hell.
A nice reprieve from that hell, though. The Fortnite store.
Preach it, brother. Preach it, brother.
And I was flipping through my PlayStation last night, and I saw. Yep, Jamie's
This
got
is
it up.
a shining light in a sea of darkness.
Whoa.
Vincent Vega Fortnite skin.
Oh my god.
John Travolta himself in Fortnite. It's incredible.
Did we manifest this? Because
I think we did.
I mean, what are the
not
odds?
only
Right?
not only is John Travolta in this, but Sabrina Carpenter is also a skin.
Yeah. How many years has Fortnite been out? And just when we decide to review Travolta, within a few weeks of us reviewing Pulp Fiction, he's now in Fortnite.
Really strange.
What are the odds? It's just all Boltzmann.
Pretty uncanny.
I would have preferred if we got Danny Zuko. I'll take the Pulp Fiction. But, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'd much prefer Tony Manero or Zuko or
Way
Jack
to go,
Perry.
Monero!
What if they put Edna Turnblatt in Fortnite?
That would be great.
Wow.
So what's the dream for set squad now? Because obviously it's
Sabrina Carpenter and Travolta.
Sabrina Carpenter, Travolta, but who's the two others?
Olivia
Furby?
Newton-John.
Skibbity toilet.
Oh
The
yeah,
Rizzler.
the skippity toilet skin.
Dude, is this
Does
the
the
Pulp
Rizzler-
Fiction dance? Look at this. This is so epic. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Also, I know because I bought the package as soon as I saw it. The pickaxe that you get with the Travolta skin is the briefcase.
No way.
I might have to play Fortnite again.
Bullshit!
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, that's the briefcase. You get to use that as a pickaxe.
We'd have to. I guess the ideal squad, given the skins now. Well, maybe it's maybe Hatsune Miku as the third.
What did you say?
Who that is?
Yeah.
She's the anime AI girl. I don't know. I think Travolta and Sabrina Carpenter are definitely the top two skins right now in Fortnite.
Mm.
There are some variants of the Sabrina Carpenter skin, though. I think there's like a Christmas.
Yeah, the Christmas one was in the store last night.
Christmas Carpenter?
I might have missed it. Is it still in?
It's probably. I think it's resets every 24 hours.
Oh. Well, I'm not at my gaming computer, but
You
what
got to
the
log
fuck
into
is
the
this
Epic
bag?
Store online and buy it before it turns over.
I know. Well, yeah.
fucking
To our
done that?
audio listeners, we're just looking at some skins of. Wow, this skin's epic. I might need to get on that Epic Store immediately.
Yeah, that's pretty based.
What do you think we're actually living in a big brain or something? Because I
I
think
hope so.
because you talked about these, and I have an image I want to show because I've been thinking about this. There was this other crazy one with the Levain Bakery. So
Yeah.
you bake Levain cookies. A week before that, I don't know if it's the same place. I go to the Levain Bakery, and then your manager gives you Levain cookies with no communication. Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, what are the
It's
odds?
kind of getting hard
building?
to. It's kind of getting hard to deny, really.
Here. This is like the universe zoomed out on the right, and this is what the inside of your brain looks like on the left. Would you be able to tell the difference if I didn't tell you which one was which?
No, sir.
Okay.
Jesus. God. I wish the Lord would take me now.
Yeah, why is he you're here to review movies, but who knows? I think it's all a fucking prank, personally.
I
prank.
agree.
I think
I think
existence is
somebody's
really a
trying to
fucking
see-
prank.
Somebody's trying to see how far they can take it without people.
When you die, Ashton Kutcher just jumps out. It's like, you just got fucking pranked, bro. Touche. Ashton.
You think they know? You think they're a bunch of fucking morons?
Yeah, what are the odds Travolta gets released in Fortnite? a few weeks after we review his movie.
Yeah, that's
I thought I was in
one
a
in a
dream.
billion. Like
I
what?
thought I was in a dream last night when that came up as like an
Yeah.
ad on my PlayStation.
Well, you know how it's. I think it's like when you're in a. You know how when you're in a dream, you start noticing things that don't really make sense, but then you just sometimes, if it's not enough to wake you up, you just shrug it off and keep going. I feel like that's what this is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about Fanatic. Which do either of you want to lead the discussion on this? Because I somewhat recall it, but I still have a bit of dementia with it.
I don't feel
I'll-
nearly as strong
I'll
about.
lead the discussion on Fanatic. Fanatic
I
is a
have.
movie.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go. I was just gonna get into
I was
the.
just gonna say I have strong opinions about the film, but I don't feel. I wasn't as roused as Gotti got me.
Well, Fanatic is a movie that came out in 2019. John Travolta plays an autistic man who's really obsessed with an action star. He stalks him. He goes to his house. He gets attacked by him. He cries. To this movie's credit, it doesn't start or end with Travolta in a car commercial in front of a bridge. So that's a big plus. What did you guys think of Fanatic? How about we start with Dante?
Yeah. I really don't know how to express my feelings for this movie. And I'm going to say something that might come off as a little jarring. But I thought Travolta did really well. I thought
Mhm.
I thought he gave a great performance. Um eh,
No,
I thought
I think he did pretty. I thought he portrayed the character pretty well too.
yeah, I was frankly shocked at how well he did
I
at
felt really bad for him.
me
So I think
too.
yeah.
Me too. I felt very bad for him. I mean, let me back up a little bit. The movie was bad. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
praise this movie in any way. I do want to give some praise to Travolta because I thought he did a good job at portraying his character. Now, having said this, I did watch this movie after I watched Gotti. I think did not watch them, if I watched them independent to each other, I might have a different opinion of Travolta's acting in Fanatic, considering how terrible it was in Gotti. But I think he did pretty darn well at portraying his character. There were a lot of times where I really kind of lost Travolta in the character, if you know what I mean. Which, frankly, I don't think he's really been able to do with any other character. Possibly Edna Turnblad.
I was gonna say Edna Turnblad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
but
his most immersive
but-
performance.
there were times where I lost Travolta and I was like, there's no way this is John Travolta.
It's so different.
I gotta
too
give him
from his
props for
prior-
that.
It's so different from his prior roles too.
So different. So different. But there's so much that I want to understand that I don't know.
Mhm.
I want to understand how he prepared for this role, what his inspiration was, how did he even get involved with this in the first place? There's so many different choices that he made as a character that I want to know how he decided to do the things that he did. It it's just it's it's like it's like you ever get like a you ever get food from like a fast food restaurant that you're fully expecting to be absolute shit, and you take a bite of it and it's not absolute shit on the first bite. And then as you keep eating it, like these other flavors kind of come out that you don't know what to make of them, but you're still kind of sold from that first bite.
Mhm.
So you keep eating it. It's probably not a great analogy, but that's how I felt.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah,
No,
like
this is very sophisticated what you're getting at.
yeah. I mean, again, overall, really not a fan of the movie. I think there are things in the movie that I did enjoy and that I thought was really interesting, especially considering that I haven't really seen anything like this movie before. So I liked that. I liked the uniqueness of it. Um, but I'm gonna digress. Oh, actually, I did have one thing. Taylor,
Mhm.
what did you think of Moose's moped?
I love seeing him rock back and forth on it. That would
Oh
be me.
God.
That's gonna be me in Ocean City when I finally get my hands on one of those.
Taylor, you
Just
gotta
watch
pull the trigger on it.
if you watch Gotti like on repeat for a week straight, that might be you.
Yeah, no, that is gonna be me at some point. I don't know when, but you're gonna look at me and you're gonna look at Moose and you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. Um, my thoughts. If you wrapped up your thoughts, Dante,
Yeah, take it away, Tay. Tall drink.
I'm gonna take it a step further, and I'm gonna
Oh,
say something that maybe you fellers might disagree. And to caveat, I still have not watched Blowout. That being said, I think this is Travolta's best performance.
Oh!
holy shit, Taylor.
How dare
Now
you!
that doesn't mean that I even know how I feel about the movie. What I'll say is I was moved by this performance. Uh, I messaged you guys about it last night, but it was breaking my heart. Uh, I was really taken aback by how compelling Travolta played this autistic guy. And even when it got to the thriller aspects of it, I was really my heart was racing. I
Dude,
thought
yes. Oh my
it
god.
his case, like the fact that he's just a mentally unstable guy made it so much, I think, better than a lot of the other thriller. I don't really watch a ton, but from what I've seen, I'm there's parts where you're like, okay, I'm supposed to feel scared here, and then there's parts where you're like, oh, I'm scared. I can feel my chest tightening, and that is what I got from the thrilling scenes of this movie.
I'll agree
Thank
with you on that, Taylor. I will agree with
Um,
you on that.
on the whole, I was hoping that I would have a better, firmer opinion after my discussion with you guys because there's a lot there's a lot that isn't great. I think Travolta shines very bright. That's all I'll say.
Nick,
Okay.
what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah. I think Travolta gave a good performance. I agree. I found it very compelling. He definitely portrays, I guess, probably autism is the best description of it pretty well. I think the movie was bad though, and my reasoning is that it had it had a good performance, but it didn't feel like anything landed when it was supposed to. I felt bad for Travolta, but I just don't think the moments, the high points of the movie really hit for me. I think the intro, I had a really weird feeling, not as much dementia as watching Gotti, but I just never felt that the movie drew me in. Felt like I was watching maybe an episode of a TV show multiple seasons in that I've never seen before is the best way I could describe it. I don't think they
Yeah.
give a very good intro for Moose. In the first scene, he's just there and talking. I never felt I I wanted some way of getting intimated with the character. I think the beginning should have done something to get us on Moose's side or get a sense of him, but you never get that. You're just always seeing him sort of from the third person, and it's weird because then he's sort of the antagonist in the thriller part of the movie. So then you have no one to connect with. And I also found the guy he stalks, I just found his performance to be pretty flat and not compelling. So I didn't really like that part. And I didn't really like the weird drawings between everything.
Ooh, I liked the drawings.
You like the
Oh,
drawings? Okay, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately I felt the main thing I felt was pity for Travolta, but the movie ended and I just thought, what am I supposed to take from that?
Mhm. That
I
is a
don't
good
know.
point. I do think to that point, I think a lot of the sympathy that I have for Travolta's character is based on him being not of sound mind. Or
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
so I think without that, I probably would not feel nearly as compelled by the character or by Travolta's performance as I do now. Um, yeah, I
I
think that's a
felt
big
I
crutch.
felt that it verged on almost sympathy porn.
It
Yeah.
I think it does
You
that does
know,
get to
you're
that
not
point.
it doesn't really have anything higher than you should feel really bad for this guy and we're gonna really drive the screws in to make you feel gross and awful. It's like I don't know, it's like some true crime podcasts where or stories where you're listening to people be murdered in the most awful ways and it's just like what is the point? I think the most I just felt really uncomfortable at the scene where the guy like he maims him. He shoots his
Oh,
arm off or something and cuts out his eye. I just felt gross watching that and it's just you just feel gross because you're watching this guy be tortured and as a viewer there's nothing you can do and you just have to sit there and watch it and feel gross and I guess the message of the movie might be to um you know be more cognizant of people with mental issues and help them out but at a point you're just like it's just sympathy torture porn and I just felt gross and weird watching it.
yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I got chills when like when he shot his fingers off.
They're
I'm
multiplying.
multiplying.
This car is automatic.
Losing control.
Yeah, continue.
I was like, I gasped.
Electrifying.
I was really caught off guard. Um, like Taylor, yeah, like I mean, this movie definitely made me feel a certain way, and I don't like the way that it made me feel.
Yeah.
Do not
I
like
think
it.
I think part of what made this maybe hit a little harder for me is I this is gonna sound ridiculous. I know somebody who is exactly like Moose.
No, I don't think it's ridiculous. It's a real I mean it's a real thing.
No, I
It's
mean
not
down
me.
to.
It's not me, right?
Oh God, no.
You fucking donut.
Okay.
No, it's Dante's met him.
You don't need. I mean, we don't need to name him or anything.
I won't name him, but Dante, I think you maybe you know who I'm talking about.
I do, and I don't like it, Taylor.
Yep. Same down to the passion for horror movies and the lack of boundaries.
He's a Quentin Tarantino fan, which one is funny because he was in Pulp Fiction, right?
Oh,
Wait,
But
does he
is it
say
doesn't
he
he
likes
quote
Tarantino?
he does something from Stuck in the Middle with You, I think. When
yes.
I forget what
he references Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs when he
yeah.
douses the cop in gasoline and
Yeah,
burns.
average Tarantino enjoyer.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing before we get into some more particulars, to your point, Nick, about feeling like you jumped into a TV series 5 seasons in, when after the first scene where he's at that like shop with all the knickknacks, I paused and I thought, should I know who Moose is?
Yes.
And I looked him up because I thought maybe this was a true story. Or so, like I thought maybe they were depicting a real or dramatizing a real event,
Yeah,
and was
he's
kind of
introduced as if you already know him.
yeah. So I definitely feel you there. And then something that I think I've felt throughout this movie is obviously Travolta's a big star, and he probably lives in a pretty similar way to Hunter. What's his name? I don't. Hunter Dunbar. He's probably interacted with a moose-like character before, which is really interesting. For a lot of these actors, like this movie probably hits a little different. You know, they've probably dealt with some guy who they have to scream at on their driveway in their Hollywood Hills home or whatever. Some guy who wants them to sign stuff and doesn't give them personal space or whatever. Anyway, that's something that I could kind of get the sense of. Like I think that's part of why Travolta is so good. Like I think he's probably met this guy before to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if this movie is a bit of an insight into how Hollywood people see the proles. Do you think it's a dark fantasy about how all the fans, well, it's called Fanatic, how all the fans of these actors are actually just seen as dumb, mentally unwell? I don't want to say retarded, but that's kind of what they're getting at. And you just want to, they're all freaks and you want to torture them and cut them up.
I definitely think there's something to that.
Yeah.
Because I mean in their defense, there's definitely people out there that don't respect their privacy and treat these famous people like they're not human beings.
Mhm.
But you can
language slave.
you can definitely feel that in especially the scene where he's got Hunter Dunbar tied up and he's like Hunter says like I'm a fan, you're a fan, I'm nothing without you, and it pauses, makes Moose pause, and he's like, say that again, say that again, one more time, say that line, just please say it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really that's what they think of us.
We're all just rubes.
Yep.
What do you think about the fact that this came out right before COVID?
Was it filmed in Wuhan?
No. I don't know. It just It
Could
has
you
a
imagine
feeling
this
of.
being the last movie you see before the theater shut down for like a year?
Oh God!
I just feel. I feel it points to a boiling tension, not necessarily related to COVID, but of just something bad coming.
Yeah.
It's a very not good feeling, anxious, anxiety-inducing movie.
Well, actually, that is a very interesting point. Um, what was I going to say? Jeez. Oh, so I think the main producer of this movie was the company Redbox, if you remember
Mm,
Redbox,
mhm.
which
Yeah.
frankly, especially considering COVID-19, um, here's a pretty out there conspiracy, but Redbox orchestrated COVID-19 so that way people would rent the Fanatic from Redbox, watch it at home.
There's a
It's
movie you'd
like, oh,
watch from home. Who knows?
I'm stuck inside. Let me see if my favorite actor has any new flicks out.
You know,
Oh, the
maybe
Fanatic.
Wow.
this movie was like falling into a swirling black abyss where you can't ground yourself ever. I
Yeah,
felt really weird
Uh,
watching it.
That's a
same.
that's a good point, Nick. Um, I always find it interesting. I don't watch a lot of horror or thrillers or anything.
Maybe we'll be watching some horror for Nick's Choice. The Nick's
Ooh.
Choice Awards.
Um, but I always think it's an interesting, like I always like to see how the writer and the director deal with reality in these movies. Because there's a there's a certain point where you kind of have to suspend your disbelief. You know, especially in the more like out there scary things like, you know, aliens or whatever, monsters, zombies, whatever. But in a movie like this, there's like it's not a far. They're not really taking too far of a detour off of reality.
No.
Because it's all just real people, but it does kind of feel like you're not in you're not in reality.
Feels like you're in a
Um,
nightmare.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, it's really an interesting feeling.
Fucking weird movie, man. I guess it does sort of succeed in that. It just there's never anything to hold on to. It just is it's literally a nightmare where you're just shuffled along and can't stop it and you never can get anything and it just happens. I also didn't really know what kind of movie I was getting myself into.
I didn't
I
look
didn't know
at any preview flavor text.
I didn't
Didn't
realize it
look
was
at
gonna be
any.
like horror thriller at the end. I thought it was I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to know nothing going into it. I didn't even look at for forget what movie. I think it was Urban Cowboy. I looked at the Letterboxd page just to get a sense, but I didn't do that at all for this because I wanted it to really hit me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any notes on particular scenes we want to go over or any parts to discuss in depth?
um, level lighting was very good. Does not have the modern Netflix lighting that I hate.
Stranger Things
Um,
season 5.
oh
Can
god.
we detour for a second? I've never watched that show. They passed the first season, like I mentioned. But
Mm.
is that real? Is there really a scene where he tells everyone that he doesn't like girls or something?
yep.
Yeah. Yep. There is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and And Nick, to set a little stage for you, and Taylor, keep me honest here, if you're familiar. But how do I want to say this? So, the kid who says he doesn't like girls, the whole reason he does that is because the monster that they're supposed to fight, he knows his secrets, and he knows
Secret
that
is he doesn't like girls.
yes, and he knows that he won't be able to defeat the monster if his secrets are still secrets. So in order for him to I guess rid himself of whatever is holding him back, which that being his big secret, and I think I lost myself, but
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Well, what? So
I
he
didn't
had his big secret.
I didn't
is-
understand the necessity of that.
His big secret is he doesn't like girls.
it was palpable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cringe. Maybe I'll watch it for the meme. I no, like I was saying before the internet cut out, I saw some promo material of the guy that plays, I think it's called Vecna. I just want to say this is almost exactly what I pictured Achilles or Patroclus looking like when I read the Iliad. So I'd like to nominate this guy to play one of them in when Nolan eventually does the Iliad.
Oh God!
Yeah, that is a great point.
Because I don't think Brad Pitt was it for Achilles, but I think this guy looks more like what I imagined when I read the book. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, I don't like girls. I'm a Nick Fuentes listener, and we're gonna go through my accountability app. All right. Anyway.
Oh, you're too much! Oh, you're too much!
Jesus.
Let's continue. So, Fanatic. What were we talking about this movie before we got derailed?
I don't think I don't think the scene by scene is a good way to do this if you guys want to just
Well, I
jump
don't want
around.
to do a whole scene by scene. I just want to say
Yeah.
if there's any scene in particular you want to go over.
Well, do you
We can
guys
talk
have
around.
how
Or
did
any topics.
how did you guys feel about the narration?
It was really dumb.
I hate
Yep.
narrations.
It made no sense.
Stupid.
We don't even
I've actually
understand who
blocked it out of
Leah
my
is,
mind.
right? Like
Hey,
who is
one sec.
Leah?
I gotta step away. I'm getting a call.
Oh yeah, sure. No, the
Oh.
narration from his girlfriend, or not his girlfriend, his girl accomplice.
They in the movie they refer to each other as their BBF.
Yeah,
and
that was weird. What does that mean?
I have no clue.
Because
No clue.
BFF is best friend forever, but BBF is
Yeah, no idea what BBF is. Yeah, I was honestly, I think the
best
backstory,
boyfriend, but best friend maybe.
best, what the hell? But who says that? Like, it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Best
I wish
Bitmoji friend.
I wish we did get a little more information on their relationship, like how they know each other, uh, how they're connected, because we really don't. Other than that, they work in the same industry, I guess, for lack of a better word. And yeah, that's about it. That's like the only connection is that they both are in, what would you call it? Entertainment of sorts, street
Dude, I have no
entertaining.
idea. He's a street entertainer, but I think at one point it's described
God.
that he distracts them so people can rob them or something.
Well, that's what I thought initially, because his whole street performance, he's a Bobby. Jamie, pull up a picture of a Bobby, or if you can get Travolta being a Bobby.
There's no way we can get Travolta. What's it called? A Bobby? Oh,
Yeah, a British Bobby.
Why is there not a single image on? We can't find it. I'll just pull up a Bobby. Jamie will
Yeah,
pull up
like
a Bobby.
so if he's a street performer, he's doing this British Bobby act.
Mhm.
From like a logical perspective, it really doesn't make much sense, and it frankly doesn't look like he's making any money from doing this act on the street. So I don't understand why he's doing it. But then to your point that there is another street performer who his whole shtick is that he does, I guess, David Blaine type magic,
Yeah.
but it really is just body mutilation on the side of the street. And
Yeah.
while he's doing that, he has an accomplice who goes and picks the pockets of the people who are watching, which, when you think about it, is so flawed because the guy's doing his street performance and then he has big buckets there for people to put money in. And if the whole premise is that he's going to distract the crowd with his performance while his buddy goes around and pickpockets people, if people get pickpocketed and then they want to give money and they reach into their back pocket and they don't have their wallet anymore, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of pickpocketing? Like,
That's a really excellent point.
I just didn't
I
understand
don't think
that.
Fred Durst could consider that.
Oh, that's another point we have to talk about, Fred.
Yeah,
Durst.
we gotta talk
Yeah,
about
what's
Fred
this guy's
Durst.
deal? From everything, I don't know if I've ever done a deep dive, but he just sounds like a sleaze bag.
Yeah, I don't know much about him other than that he's the director of this movie and he was the front man of Limp Bizkit, which I can't say I've listened to any of Limp Bizkit's music
He's
ever.
got a
Jacksonville.
he's got a
Oh,
song. He's got that song where he's like introducing the chocolate starfish.
what the fuck?
You guys know what I'm talking
What's going
about?
on, big guy?
I don't know it, luckily.
Yeah, his music sucks ass. It's really bad, but
I think we could direct a better movie.
his voice is also terrible. I don't understand the.
And I think since we're on this topic, did anyone else pick up the car ride with Hunter and his son?
He's like, oh, you gotta listen to Limp Bizkit. It's for cool guys. It's for
Oh,
big
wait,
men.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't even pick up on that. That's so cringe.
It was so
That's my least favorite part of this entire movie.
Shameless.
So you make an action star that's like a hunk, and he's really cool, and he gets in the car with his son, and he's like, "Cool guys, listen to Limp Bizkit. You gotta listen to the Biscuit."
Wow.
That's so stupid.
Wow.
Oh God!
That is
I don't know
so.
words. That's shameless. Hey, you got really cool Giga Chads listen to Out in the Shed. You gotta check it out.
Giga Chad
Huberman recommends it. He says it improves his T count.
This is dope, huh?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that part was ridiculous. But so Taylor, we were talking about John Travolta as a street performer.
Hmm.
Do you have any thoughts on his Bobby act? His Bobby, where he says poppycock?
I thought it was funny. That was like, I don't know, like it was funny seeing him like lose his mind in front of the mirror and like repeat these lines.
Yeah, it was.
But it was also really dumb. I don't know. I guess you kind of needed to see him get mogged by this like weird body mutilation guy for him to like slowly unravel. But
Yeah,
Gets
I
beat
was
up in
gonna
the
say
bathroom, man.
bathroom.
Nah, yeah, at one point. Maybe I'm
yeah,
jumping ahead.
he gets jumped in the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's right. That's right. Uh, what was I gonna say? The part where I don't remember the exact chronology. Blech.
Chronology.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You
You got some
blew it!
dementia from all these
I
fucking
do.
movies,
I do
man.
have some dementia. But when he tries to strangle the guy on the street, I thought that was one of the best scenes in the movie
Oh, yeah.
because it kind of it I thought it did a really good job at setting up that okay, we already understand that Travolta's character is a little unwell, he's a little deranged, but then that scene kind of solidifies that okay, he is very capable of taking it to the next level and being belligerent and violent. Um, so I did like that scene. I thought it was good as a segue to what was going to come later on, and also just the way that it made me feel. Like I was definitely kind of jarred when I saw it. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I think Travolta did a really good job of selling the character in that scene too. Like he lashes out, and at some point through his crash out, he realizes and he lets go of the guy. And when he runs into that security guard that I guess is kind of sympathetic towards him, he starts
yeah.
crying and he's like, I'm in trouble. I'm sick of being called a loser or whatever. And really, really knocked it out of the park.
Now, Taylor, that's an interesting point that you brought up about the security guard because I think we've explored this a couple times in some of the movies that we've talked about, most notably Urban Cowboy. Um, how, you can't make the same mistake twice. Um,
You lied to me once.
yeah,
Show it through a motherfucking wall.
I think I'm gonna start screaming. But like, I guess where I'm trying to go with this is that I hated the ending of this movie.
Yeah. Should we talk about the whole thriller action ending sequence?
Well, yeah, not to. I don't want to rush the conversation because I'm having a good time, but I probably have 30 minutes.
We should be able to wrap it up by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's get into the thriller part.
So yeah, one of you guys want to describe it?
I at the beginning, I thought it was going to be less compelling because of that part where he when Hunter gets back and you see Travolta like scamper through a doorway.
Oh God,
Like that was I cracked up watching that.
dude, and the
Um,
toothbrush, I cringed. I physically
oh
cringed with the toothbrush.
What does he do with the toothbrush again?
He just like takes it out of the holder and like rubs it on his tongue. It was
Oh,
very strange. It was really strange. And
weird.
then I guess it was his son, right, who who brushes his teeth with the toothbrush. And
yeah.
Hunter even makes the joke that he dropped the toothbrush on the floor or something. Yeah, it was pretty gross. I
That's-
was skeeved out by that for
Well,
sure.
he also kills their housemaid too, which I
Yeah,
found weird because he
That's
kills her pretty early and then no one finds the body until the very end of the movie.
yeah,
That
earlier
was
when
kind
I
of
was
strange.
mentioning how they deal with realism in these movies. That kind of that was a big detrimental aspect of this movie, that
hmm
him killing her didn't come back to roost until
Well,
he
never did.
leaves. Well, it does in a sense
Oh,
because
I guess it
Hunter
does.
gets accused of murdering her.
Oh, they say he did it. That's pretty dumb.
yeah,
Well, that's kind of the implication. They don't say it, but the
Yeah.
other house guy comes back with the police and he's covered in blood and looks insane. And the My interpretation of that is the other house guy said that he killed the.
Yeah,
He killed.
I hated that.
Yeah.
But the other house guy, who do you mean?
The gardener.
The gardener. Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Something else before we get into the thriller scene, and I guess it kind of is a segue a bit. There's certain points in movies, I think, where you can see either the actor or the director is kind of like paying homage to the kind of like foundational movies to them or the genre or something. And I think that like unique to like thrillers and horrors, there's a lot of history with those movies. You know, there's classics, there's all these, all these scenes that are iconic if you're into those movies. And like the scene that Jamie has up here, the scene where he puts on the Jason Voorhees mask and starts to stab him with a fake knife. A
Oh, it
lot of
was a
these
real
things.
knife.
Wait, what?
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought it was real. I mean, I thought it was fake as well.
I thought
But
it was a
then,
plunge. I thought it was a plunge knife, and that like it was like he was actually stabbing him, but it was just like a spring type situation.
no, it was that's what I thought because it looked like it went like deep into his chest, but it was real because it left cut marks on the guy's chest.
So does he? I found this a weird scene to read as well.
It was
So
very
what?
strange.
So you think he just?
I completely misinterpreted that. That's crazy.
I don't even. Are you sure? So what is your reading of the scene, Dante? Did he just lightly cut him?
Yes. Yeah, because I think he even mentions it too. He's like, "Oh no, did I hit you?" And like looks at his chest and then, like at the very end, you have a better picture of it when he's like standing over top of Travolta and you can
Yeah, I
see
guess he does cut him a bit.
on his chest that he was bleeding where Travolta was like mimicking stabbing him. But
Very,
really
very
just so
interesting.
weird, very weird.
Yeah,
It's
this whole sequence was weird. There's a part where he's hiding under the kid's bed, and I think he's hiding in the closet at one point. It's just weird,
Yeah, really strange.
kind of creepy, kind of goofy. What does he even
well,
want from the actor at the end here?
it's also just it's lazy though, is what the point I was trying to get. Where
Yeah.
you can call back to these famous horror scenes without. I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's like a film nerd, but I don't know. I didn't like that he just comes out in the Voorhees mask and does I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost they've written themselves into a corner where it makes sense to have these obvious homages, but a
But
bit
they
cringe to be
yeah.
referencing other movies. So
That's my
blatantly.
problem with the genre on the whole is I feel like it's hard to do well, so nobody does it well.
Mm-hmm.
For this reason, but
Yeah,
He
Nick,
wants,
to your
yeah.
point, I don't understand why he's even here.
I think he wants an autograph now that I think about it, but that's just so dumb.
But that's what I was initially thinking, but before he does all of this to Hunter, he kind of has that meltdown where he's like, I hate Hunter.
Oh yeah, because he's mean to him. He gets his.
Yeah. So it's like he's not there for an autograph, but
Does he want him to apologize maybe, or just does he want his approval? Maybe that's more
I
what
think
he's looking
that's
for.
yeah, I think
it's very unclear, and I really thought he was gonna kill him after
Yeah.
the scene where he burns all of his merch.
me too.
What's that one quote from The Dark Knight where the Joker says he's a dog chasing a car and doesn't know what he'd do if he caught it. I think that's
Whoa.
maybe a bit like what's happening here. Moose has the actor and just doesn't really know what to do with him. Ties him up.
Oh. Speaking of, I like what they did with the scene where Hunter is doing that like that visualization exercise.
Yeah.
And it kind of there's kind of like a rose tint to the scene. Uh and
Mm-hmm.
you can see Moose, he's like his eyes are closed and he's got a big smile and Hunter Hunter's like, yeah, we'll come back to my place and we'll put on some of my flicks and we'll eat chocolate ice cream. And Moose is like, strawberry ice cream. Strawberry ice cream.
Very committed depiction of an autist, no doubt.
No, I thought the scene was clever. Like I like the rose tint. It might be a bit heavy-handed, but he's walking Travolta into letting him go, and then immediately slams his head into him.
Yeah. So what did we think about the whole confrontation between the two in the end? I know Dante, you said you hated the ending of the movie. I don't know if that's what you were referring
Yeah.
to, but I already gave my thoughts on that scene. I just felt really gross watching it.
I thought I thought one of them had to die because
Yeah,
both of them committed the same mistake multiple times. Moose by, showing up and getting, kind of chased out
Yeah.
away from the house, or honestly just his every interaction that he had with Hunter, he should have learned not to do that. But then again, the character that we're dealing with isn't frankly capable of reasoning.
He's a ultimately tragic character. He
Yes. So
can't
that's
help
why
himself.
I can understand why he wouldn't die, because I guess like the laws don't necessarily apply to him because he can't reason like that. But Hunter, on the other hand, like he had multiple interactions with him where he told him to stay away and he didn't stay away, and I thought perhaps he should have died because he should have learned his lesson the first time to do something more to keep this guy away. So I really just
Or to
did not.
even just show some compassion to him.
Exactly, yeah, to treat the situation differently, because he treats it the same way every time. Um, like
I get,
it's gonna boil up into something even worse. And he even has that flashback when he's tied up, if you remember, where he's like, it's like a flashback to him sitting at the table at the merchandise shop, um, kind of saying, like, "Oh, Moose, oh, who do I make this autograph out to?" Because frankly, that's all that needed to happen for everything in the movie to be avoided.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
I get what you're saying. I think it might have been, yeah, I guess they could have one or both died. That might have been more impactful, but they do both have bad endings and ultimately suffer. Whereas it was more egregious in Urban Cowboy because he got away scot-free, but neither of them really do.
yeah,
And I don't know if I could imagine Moose actually killing the guy. Maybe, but what?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the ending just it did feel weird. I found it interesting that maybe one. I don't know if it's clever writing, but it is interesting that he is maimed in such a way that he becomes the stereotype of a pirate. And I think that's even in one of the drawings where he has a hook hand and an eye patch.
oh
So
yeah,
I think it's even in their actual confrontation, they're still speaking. They're still both immersed in the language of media. Like this actor maybe subconsciously wounds him in such a way that he becomes, this caricature of a pirate, and then that's how Travolta probably interprets it: is, oh, I'm a pirate now. Did he learn his lesson? Probably not. But I did find that kind of interesting. What do you think of the scene where he actually tortures Travolta and Travolta's all crying? I felt gross. I mean, Travolta gives a compelling performance, but I just did not like watching that.
Well, I think this might be a really cursed comparison, but in the same way that the Joker shines a light on the kind of like casual cruelty that everybody faces if you're not on top of, the echelons of society. I feel like it just made me feel bad for, obviously people aren't really getting tortured, but Moose
No.
just encounters so much like cruelty. And obviously he's insane and does fucked up things, but I think that's part of why we feel so gross and uncomfortable, is because I think you could view Moose as like a representation of everybody at the bottom of society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very astute.
Anything else we want to go over, or should we get into our ratings?
As I was watching that torture scene, I thought it would be where I thought it was going, which would be, it would have probably felt the same but been a bit more compelling, is if Hunter made it so Moose could no longer enjoy movies, in the sense that he was now blind and can't hear.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
That's crazy.
That's-
I did not even consider that.
That's where I thought it was going, and that like putting Moose in his own
doesn't
kind of
he? Doesn't he
personal
sort of
hell.
do that almost? He does. He goes like halfway because he shoots the gun right next to him to, I think, fuck with his
I think
hearing.
it momentarily makes him deaf, but he does end up talking to that girl afterwards, so he's not fully deaf.
He could be deaf in one ear though, or something.
Mm-hmm.
I do think
Yeah.
that would be particularly brutal and maybe even more compelling if he could never. I still don't think it would make the movie good. But yeah, if you could never
really
watch a movie again, that'd be really bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
I
don't know. Yeah.
One more thing to kind of cap off the ending too, which I thought was good, is when Moose is walking down one of the streets in LA, and these two tourists just kind of walk up to him and they're like, "Oh my god, look at him. This is so crazy and real." And like, "Wow, your costume is incredible." And Moose like summons a smile, and like, that was crazy. That was I don't know, if you view it from that lens of commentary on society, I think that was an interesting choice to put at the end there.
Like when he's all bloodied and bashed, right? And he's walking
Yeah,
back.
and then he's just a spectacle for these two tourists.
Yeah,
and
that scene was yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it speaks to the desensitization and cruelty of people. Should we get into final reviews?
yeah, we can get into
Anyone
final.
want to start us off?
I'll start. Like I said, I think this is this is Travolta's best performance. I don't even think I'll say it confidently.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to say I don't want to say I enjoyed it because it was a deeply uncomfortable watch. But I really felt something watching this. Unfortunately, Fred Durst did not did not pull his weight. I
You
think
blew it!
I think I gotta land at Flick. I don't want to call this slop. I think that's.
I was thinking the same.
I think
I don't
slop
think
is
your I
too
think your
harsh,
instincts
and I
are
think Flick is perfect. There's a lot to like in Travolta's performance. I think that it's underrated and or overhated, I guess.
overrated.
Um, but yeah, you guys can go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with the flick as well. Flick rating. I will say, to your point, Travolta, I think, gave like a film verging on cinema performance
hmm
for the movie.
hmm
It's a shame that the rest of it couldn't hold up. It's it couldn't seal the deal for him. And I do have a question I'm going to pose to all of you, but Nick, I'll let you say your piece.
Yeah, I think it's a flick. I agree. I think we're weirdly all calibrated. Travolta gives a very powerful performance, I think, and the movie's memorable. I'll give it that.
Yeah,
It definitely is something I'll probably always remember. It's sort of a fever dream blockbuster rental. You know, if you're with your girlfriend and are feeling a little crazy on the weekend night and you rent this film and go, "What the fuck was that?" It's not the worst waste of your time. But Fred Durst, he I don't know. Like I said, a lot of the movie just didn't land, but it does have a lot of its own weird aura. So I will give it flick.
well said.
Very nice.
So what was your question, Dante?
Yeah, so I mean we've just watched two of frankly Travolta's worst movies aside
Mhm.
from aside from everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm curious, and I don't even have an answer to this question. What would it take to redeem Travolta? What would it like
What
what
would he have to
movie?
do?
Yeah, well,
It's easy.
what role, what performance would he have to give to redeem himself? Similar to how Pulp Fiction kind of redeemed him and gave his
Yeah.
career a new birth. Like what would it
Hmm.
take
I was thinking,
to
well,
bring him back?
I think one thing is I don't even I, I don't well, I guess his newer movies like Cash Out are horrendous. But I mean in this movie it's not really that he's the problem. Even in Gotti, I could imagine with better direction he would be better. It just is poor films. So I was saying to Taylor, I want to see him as Santa Claus in a movie
Oh my god.
after the Quicksilver commercials.
Oh
One
my
wholesome
god.
Christmas movie I think could do it for me. What do you think?
I have
I
no
realistically, I think that he needs to have like a Brendan Fraser type,
Mm,
like
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
uh,
saying.
like I think he needs to. A central theme through a lot of these movies are, especially these last two, is like Travolta's not necessarily the problem. It's the
Mhm.
supporting cast and the directorial choices and the writing. Um, I mean, I'm not like a huge A24 guy, but I feel like that they generally make sound choices. Like I feel like he just needs to like have a decent A24 film that gets him better work. Just with people that appreciate the medium a bit more, if that makes sense. I think
Yeah.
he just needs a
I think it
serious
makes
role, and
sense.
somebody needs to get him in a place where he can deliver like an impactful performance in the right place in the film. Like I don't know.
Not
Like,
High Rollers part 2.
Part do.
yeah,
Part 2. I mean, yeah, it'd been something. I think something where he's an old dancer or something could be Kino. It's
yeah.
gotta have dance. It's gotta have dancing in it.
Yeah, like Mickey Rourke in what was that movie? The Fighter, the Boxer or something. Do you know
I
what I'm
don't know
talking
that.
about?
I don't know that movie, but I know Mickey Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah, like Mickey Rourke similarly had a pretty shitty career and then
Mhm.
kind of redeemed himself with whatever that movie was. I don't remember what it was called. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm definitely going to be racking my brain trying to think of something because I feel like we have seen his highs and his lows, and we've seen where he shines and where he surprises us.
Yeah.
So I
In
think
in
there's
his
hope for him yet. I think there's
deep
hope for
There's
him.
hope.
deep within, I do think that he is a good actor
Mhm.
and has the innate ability to be a great actor. Um, I think he needs help. He can't drag a film to Kino all by himself.
True.
He needs his agent to find better directors. I don't know how
Yeah.
he's picking some of these, but it leaves something to be desired.
Unless he's
But
a personal friend of Fred Durst, I don't know why he is the lead in Fred Durst's first serious movie. Like, who did this to him? It's and
Sabotage.
he does great in it anyway, but I don't know. He needs to. Maybe he's got such a bad name for himself in Hollywood that like good directors don't want to work with him,
Yeah.
and he's not really in vogue anymore. I don't know. Somebody needs to give him a shot with a good script and
Yeah.
a well-directed
It would be
film,
a
and
shame
I
if he doesn't do, one more solid movie.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to do another I still have to think about how we're going to wrap this whole series up, but we might have to do another episode of deep diving. But I agree. I do want some kind of redemption.
Hmm.
he's got Kino in him. I know he has it in
The boy's got Kino in his
Yeah,
bones.
we've seen Kino. Taylor hasn't seen Kino, but we've seen Kino, Nick.
Well, Urban Cowboy was not Urban Cowboy.
Blowout.
Blowout. Oh my god, Blowout was the one that I think was Kino all the way through. But I think we've seen pieces of Kino in other films from him
Yeah.
that may not have on the whole been Kino. But yeah, he has the makings of a varsity athlete, I think.
I completely
Yeah.
agree.
All right. Well, any final thoughts, or are we good to wrap it up?
I think we're good to wrap it up.
Well,
It's been
thank
a
you,
pleasure.
listeners.
It
Yeah,
has been an absolute pleasure.
it's been fun.
An honor and a privilege.
It's been a great journey through Travolta's works, and we'll figure out what's coming next. But thank you, listeners.
Goodbye.